So if you're looking for an anime set 100 years in the future, where a system controls everything about you, it tells you what job you can be, what jobs you can't be, and, most importantly, they give you a number. And that's based off your emotional state. And if that number's too high, then you're a criminal. Just because the system says so. And if you're looking for that, well, that's oddly specific, but you came to the right place, because I'm going to be talking about psychopaths. So psychopaths. Yeah, just like I said in the beginning, it's this world set in the future, and this system called the civil system, it has scanners like across the whole world, and when it scans you, it like reads your emotional levels and sees how like stable you're doing, and if it gets too high, then you have to go to therapy. And if you don't, and if it keeps getting higher, gets high enough, you're labeled as a latent criminal, and you're stuck like that through the rest of your life. Just because the system says so. Just because they determine it. And so the story follows Akane Tsunemori, and she's a inspector. It's her and Ginoza, who's another inspector, and they have enforcers that listen to them, who are latent criminals, but they're like detectives also, but they have to listen to the inspectors. So you have Kogami is one of the enforcers, Kagari, Yayoi, and what's the other guy's name? The other guy's name is Masaoka. Yeah. So those are like the four enforcers from the main characters. It's also Shion, but she's she does more of the hacking and like computer stuff, and she's also a criminal. So they have these criminals that are like cops basically, but they're actually like not bad people. It's just they let their hue, which is like, it's hard to explain, like that's their emotional state, I guess. So their hue got clouded for some reason. Like Kagari, his got clouded when he was a child, like something happened to him, and then he's stuck like that as a criminal the rest of his life, because it won't go back down once it gets like too high and you're already labeled as a criminal. So it just ruins your life. So the story starts off as you're just kind of exploring the world and like following them going through cases, and it's like super interesting because it's all like futuristic. And I forgot to mention this, the enforcers and the inspectors, they have a gun called the Dominator, and this is what the Dominator looks like in the show. And when you point it at someone, it tells you their hue, and if it's at like 100 and to like 200 or something, 100 to 300, I think if you shoot it, it stuns them, like it paralyzes them. And if your hue gets over 300, it just eliminates you, it kills you. It like makes your body, or like, I guess it kind of like makes your like blood expand or something. I don't know, it just makes your body explode blood everywhere. It's really gory. So yeah, you're kind of going through the world with them dealing with the crimes, just finding out about the world. It's pretty interesting. Then later on, you find out about this guy named Makishima. So this guy named Makishima, when you aim your Dominator at him, it won't let you shoot because his hue is so low. But it's like, oh, then he's fine, like he's a normal guy. But no, his hue is low while he's like killing someone, like he's doing crimes, he's thinking about crimes, but it doesn't show up as he's like a criminal or anything. It just shows up, oh, he's just this normal person in society as he's murdering this person. So it explores like what happens if your whole world is set up on this one system determining people, and what about if that system doesn't work on some people? And so it's just super interesting. Now let's talk about the characters, because I don't want to go too far into the story, because it might end up spoiling some stuff. That's just like a good like basic description of the show. Definitely should watch it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. And the first season is 22 episodes. But the characters are all pretty good. There's a lot of development with like pretty much all the characters. Kogami, who's one of the enforcers, he used to be an inspector, but one crime, or one case he was on, caused his hue to get clouded, and they labeled him as a criminal, because he wanted to find this criminal so bad, he just like started to mess up his own mind, and so he was labeled as a criminal, so he can't be an inspector anymore, so now he's an enforcer. Kaguri, yeah, like I was talking about, Kaguri is another enforcer, and I said earlier how he was labeled as a criminal when he was young, and now he's just stuck with it the rest of his life. Yeah, Ginoza, other inspector, he was super good in this show. At first he's kind of like, he seems like kind of the jerk, like doesn't really want to listen to what Akane has to say, but he just wants to protect her because Kogami was his old partner, and he doesn't want to see Akane turn into a criminal just like Kogami did. So he wants to protect her. And Akane, she like, once you're like done with school, I guess, or something, you can take this test and see what jobs like the civil system thinks that you're fit for. And she had some like good jobs, but she turned them down because she wanted to be an inspector. One of the people that can like see some messed up stuff, and she can like control it like without clouding her own mind. She talks to herself and like thinks it through and doesn't let stuff get to her. So she's a really good main character. Makishima, such a good villain. I think the music is also really good in the show. The opening, I liked the opening a lot. The ending was still pretty good. I didn't like it as much, and just like the music like throughout the show, it was good. Yeah, a lot of people gave this a 10 out of 10. It's really good. It like it really gets you thinking about like what would happen if this like happened in real life. It would be crazy, just like being judged by a system that it's like no one knows about, but it can judge you and determine if you're a criminal or not, and whether you should die or not. It's like, it's crazy. First season, gave it a 9. Definitely watch it. Now I'm going to talk about the second season. Now before I start talking about Psycho Pass Season 2, I want to put out a spoiler warning, because what I'm going to talk about is definitely going to spoil what happens in Season 1. And you should definitely watch Season 1, because it's good. But here, I'll just say this. Psycho Pass Season 2, it was an 8. Wasn't as good as the first season, but I will say that. So, if you don't want to get the first season spoiled, and probably some of the second season, don't watch this part. Psycho Pass Season 2 is definitely a step down. They took all that character development and threw it out the window. They added some new characters, and some I actually liked, some are just so bad. Like Shimotsuki, dude, this girl, she is so annoying. Where's she at? This girl right here. She's so annoying. I'll talk more about her in a bit. I just want to talk more about what happens before you get into the characters. So, at the end of Season 1, yeah, this is a spoiler, so make sure, if you don't want to get spoiled, don't watch anymore. But so at the end of Season 1, Ginoza, you see him become a criminal. because he watched his dad die, so it made him become a criminal. So now he's an enforcer, and Kogami killed Makishima and ran away, so he's not an enforcer anymore. He's like gone. I don't know where he went, because they don't even talk about him in this season. They don't talk about him. Like, where is he? He's brought up one time, and he's just like, and Akane's just imagining him. But oh my god, why is Kogami not in here? He was one of the best parts of season 1. But okay. Besides that, they added this new girl as the new inspector, Mika Shimotsuki, and she is so annoying. She's like, she does not want to listen to Akane whenever she like trying to save someone, because it's not like by the book. Like, say, like one of the first or second episodes, they're chasing down this guy who his psychopath, or his Hue, was over 300, so that means if you shoot him, they'll kill him. And Akane wanted to, she talked him down and like talked through stuff and like brought his Hue down, so now when they shot him, it just paralyzed him and saved his life. And Shimotsuki was so mad. She's like so mad at Akane the whole episode. She's like constantly going to the chief, complaining about Akane. Like, dude, what is your problem? Oh my god, just calm down. You're so annoying. But by the end, she became better, but she also did some more stupid stuff. Dude, Ginoza was good in the first season. Oh my god. He says like 10 lines in the whole second season. Like, how could you do that? To someone who's like the second or third most important character in the first season, and give him like 10 lines in the second season? Like, how do you do that? He does nothing in the show. He actually does nothing. He's just like a background enforcer. Like, I don't understand how he does nothing. Oh, so and then they added Sakuya Togane, who he was pretty interesting at first. He was pretty interesting through the whole way through the show. I actually liked him a lot. Why does it even show Kogami's in here? Like, the only time I remember is, like I was saying, there was a time when like Akane was thinking about something, and like then it had like Kogami there talking to her, but it was just her imagining him, and that's the only time the whole show. I don't even know what happened to Kogami. Like, is Kogami still alive? Is he dead? Where is he? What is he doing? Why is he not in this season? Like, oh my god, why is he not there? I feel like they just ruined the second season. I'm just really mad about it. And the villain for this season is Kirito Kamui, who I liked him, but he's basically Makishima 2.0. It was kind of annoying. Like, they basically were the same person, just a little different, and very different backstories. I was very glad that Saiga got like a way bigger role in the second season. He was actually, you see him a lot in the second season. I liked Saiga a lot, so I'm glad he was in it a lot more. This season was only 11 episodes, so it was less than half of the first season, but it actually goes through quite a lot in that just 11 episodes. It was very good. It was just some parts about those characters really annoying. And oh my god, I just remembered, the whole show was about trying to catch, or this whole season is about trying to catch Kamui, who's this like ghost. Like the dominators and scanners, it won't scan him. It shows up like nothing there, like he's not even a person. And he like snuck into Kane's room one time and wrote like what color on the wall, and then and Akane didn't know about it. And the next day she wakes up and she tells everyone, and they're like all there looking at it, and they think Akane is going crazy. Like, they think she did it. Like, why would Akane be doing that? Like, it's so stupid. They know about Makishima and how he was special and he couldn't or it wouldn't show that he was like a criminal or anything. That showed like he was a normal person. So why would they think it was so crazy that someone could find a way to get past not getting scanned? Like, why do they think Akane is going crazy and doing this on purpose? Like, even Ginoza, who's like always defended Akane, he thinks she's going crazy. Like, oh my god, that's made me so mad. But by the end of the second season, I definitely came around to it and I liked it. I gave it an 8. The second season's opening, also another good one. The ending wasn't as good. There's still a lot of people giving this a 10, but not as much 9s. It's more 8 and 7s, which makes sense. Then you can see that there's also a third season of Psycho-Pass, which it was only 8 episodes. I haven't seen it, or I don't know where to watch Psycho-Pass Season 3 on, because it's not on Crunchyroll, Funimation, Hulu, or any of that. So, I haven't got to watch it. But it's 8 episodes. The average rating is a little bit higher than the second season. But hopefully Kogami's in that season. Hopefully he does something in the show. But also, there could be something about him in the movies, because that kind of looks like Kogami right there. And they have a bunch of movies. Sinners of the System. I guess this is like just other characters, not the main ones. First Inspector. I guess Psycho-Pass 3, the First Inspector. Are these like the first inspectors ever? That seems pretty interesting. But I haven't seen any of the movies or anything. I've just seen the first 2 seasons. I need to watch those movies, but I don't think they're on any of those streaming services either, which that sucks. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. So definitely give Psycho-Pass a chance, especially if you like psychological animes. Like, it really gets you thinking, like, how messed up the system is, and it's all about like luck basically in this system, and just thinking about, what if this happened in real life? It would be freaking insane. Thanks for watching. I'll probably talk about something else next time. Well, hopefully I do. What I mean, probably. But yeah. See you, weebs.